Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. You just spilled on yourself. That wasn't even subtle.
That's like really spilling myself. Might as well just go make another rainy day video outside.
Rainy day video. It's a rainy day here.
It is a rainy day here.
Listen, we have the window up.
Yeah. We got to watch for tonight.
Listen to this rain right here. People pay good money for that.
They do. My name is Morgan Freeman, and it's time for you to relax.
This is Relaxing with Morgan Freeman.
Welcome back to Relaxing with Morgan Freeman. My name is Morgan Freeman.
Don't you just love nature? Oh, okay, I'm getting wet. I'm closing the door. Closing the window. It's a rainy day.
Yeah, it's a rainy day. We got to keep the window open to see if there's any tornadoes coming our way.
We live in a.
I like the look. I got to be honest. Oops. I like the shot.
Like the open window shot.
I do, and maybe my neighbors will start watching if they see I'm doing the podcast.
You know what we should do is we should just put lawn chairs in the front of your front yard.
Yeah.
Open the window on a nice day. People can come over. We'll run speakers out there so people can watch us through the window and then listen live.
We should. A live show through the window. A
live show in your front yard.
Window show.
If that was the case, we would just set up outside at that point.
No.
Okay. We still need to be inside.
We need to be inside because it is a professional podcast.
Yes.
It's not because if you go outside, it's wind noises and birds and
cars driving by.
Yeah. If you're inside, you're safe from all that. But I want to be courteous to my neighbors who I've never spoken a word to.
Right.
And set up chairs and let them see.
Yeah, let them come.
That's what I would like to do.
And then we run a feed from in here to a projector out there, and they watch it on screen.
That's what I'm talking about. But they've got to wear headphones because I don't want any feedback coming back from.
We run 50 headphone jacks out there.
Split it 50 ways.
50-way splitter.
Yeah.
They sell that at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
50-way splitter.
Yeah.
BYOH.
Bring your own headphones.
HP headphones is one word.
One word.
BYOH.
BYOH.
And then just everybody has a good old time.
I would love that. Except I don't know. I've never talked to my neighbors. I don't know if they're cool or not.
I don't know. I think it would be cool for us to do an episode, like if it's indoor or outdoor, where we just like invite all of our friends as a captive audience, and we do some sort of like live.
Put them all on the couch. Pile 10
all of
people.
Them. All. We only have 10 friends between the
combined.
Two. Combined, we share the same friends. Maybe we take this couch out, put lawn chairs in here.
Oh, and then even more out there.
And then even more outside.
We set up another.
This is the VIP section in here. You can come sit in here with us, the VIPs.
What makes you a VIP?
Monetary value. They pay to sit in here.
Oh.
They pay us real monies.
Real money.
To sit in here.
Contrary to just podcast money, which is just fake money.
Podcast money doesn't exist, at least not for us, and not right now.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
We're not, yeah.
Let's get this show started.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to PODZILLA. I am your co-host on this journey through lights and magic. My name is David.
And my name is Braden.
And it's just a rainy day here.
Rainy day.
You might have noticed that we're posting on a few different days. We're kind of figuring out what day works as far as posting for us.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Let us know. I think Fridays could be fun.
We're posting this on a Friday.
Yeah.
We posted last week's episode on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we normally have posted on Mondays, but we're kind of trying to figure out. So let us know in the comments if you what day works best for you, if you even care.
Yeah, and honestly, you're going to listen. If you want it to come out on Monday, but we release it Friday, just save it.
And listen to it first on Monday.
How much news, how much pop culture stuff could possibly happen over 2 days?
Right. You're not
it could
gonna
be
miss a
potentially
lot. I mean, like the Oscars.
right. Like, let's just. I say Friday because it could be like your end of the week. It's Friday morning. You're waking up. You're stoked that it's Friday.
Yeah.
You're headed into work.
It's the weekend, baby.
It's the weekend. You're heading into work, and who do you spend it with? You drive to work.
Yeah.
You spend it with Podzilla.
I don't mind being like lumped into the category of like Good Friday, ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like driving home from work, finishing out Podzilla on the way home from
love
work.
it. Yeah.
I kind of like that.
I say it's a Friday podcast.
We'll see. I like
download
Friday.
is a number, and the way I see it, if we want to post on Friday and people like us, I don't think a day matters.
It doesn't matter.
I think if you want to listen on Monday, listen on Mondays. Make it your Podzilla day.
Yeah, but if you are listening to this right now, please like this video. Please subscribe to our channel.
Oh yeah.
Please subscribe to our channel. Like,
Period.
Like that's super important.
We've got. We broke 80 this week on YouTube. We've got more on like other things.
Yeah, on other social media.
Yeah, on YouTube we broke 80. Let's get to 100.
Yeah, I would love
to 100.
Yeah,
That'd be
please share this.
Yeah, share it with a friend.
This with someone you know for a fact does not subscribe.
Yeah,
and message them and just say, please subscribe to this.
Yeah.
They really need it. Like that's all.
We've got nothing else going for us.
Make it like a sad. Make it like a sad thing. Like, please subscribe to their channel. They really need it. We do really need it.
We do really need it. And honestly, nothing's going for us. Look outside. It's raining. I can't even open my windows.
We can't even.
I had to send my neighbors home. They were out there in the front lawn watching.
Send all the people in the lawn chairs home. We had to.
They were watching.
We had to reimburse tickets.
Not only were they mad that we didn't record this on our normal day, we're now recording it to release on Friday, but I also had to send them home because it was raining. They were already wet.
Yeah.
But then they were willing to sit out there.
I thought we should just start selling like a Disney World thing. People don't go home during the rain at Disney World. Just buy a poncho.
Just buy a poncho.
Just need some Podzilla ponchos out there.
Podzilla. I thought about it too. I couldn't make it work.
Ponchzillas. Got to sell some Ponchzillas out there.
Ponchzillas.
Hey, I'm just saying.
That's the one and only bit of merch we will release is a Ponchzilla.
1 for $1, 5 for $4. Get the fifth one free.
That's just good. That's just good business.
That's just good Ponchzilla business.
That's our Ponchzilla motto.
That's the Ponchzilla motto.
It's good business.
It's just good business.
Let's talk about pop culture.
Let's talk about pop culture.
Punch culture.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. I think some of this stuff we should just like, because we have a lot of news on here.
Yeah.
And I think some of it, I should just kind of. I'm trying to think of how the best way to do this. I feel like some of this can be talked about in 1 or 2 words. So like if I read like a bit of news and then you just give me 2 words that are your best reaction to it, and I give you 2 words that are my best reaction to it, and then we just move on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because some of the things don't warrant an entire.
Some of the things you read the headline and you're like, okay, I got the information. I don't want to read the article. I got it. Yeah. So we're gonna give you headline news before the news.
Yeah. Headline news before the news. Yeah, so this is just the general reaction. And then there's some things, too, that we should talk about a little bit more. But
2 words.
2 words. Let's talk about this. Give me your 2-word reaction to this. It's the first thing on our list. Uncharted, Nathan Drake movie, finds its 6th director in Ruben Fisher, who directed Zombieland, Zombieland 2, Venom, Gangster Squad, etc., etc.
Okay.
What are your 2-word reactions to that?
Who cares?
That's good. I was going to say, okay. It's 1 word.
And K.
Well, it's 1 word.
2
1 or
letters.
2 word. 2 letters. That's the double whammy. Okay.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares? Moving on.
At this point, who cares?
At this point, man, that's
6 directors. It's never going to be good.
Yeah, and I question if it'll ever come out at all. We've already talked about this more than we swore that we would. Let's move on. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Well, yeah, sure. 2 words. No, I want to talk more about it. I think that was the only bit of news that I'm willing to not talk about.
And that concludes our first segment.
It's because some of this other news is actually pretty awesome news.
Okay.
Like, pretty exciting news. But let's talk about the most fresh thing. Moving on away from headlines, or from what were we calling it?
Headline news before the news.
Headline reviews before the news. I think that's what it should be. Headline reviews before the news.
I like it.
Headline news 2-word reviews.
Hey, there it is.
Headline news, two-word reviews. That's what it is. That'll come back for sure.
Yeah, but it's over now.
But it's over now.
I hope you didn't enjoy it too much. We're past it.
We're past it. It's over and gone. Let's talk about Birds of Prey and how it basically flopped.
Yeah, man.
Hard.
Did you see it?
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Okay, I won't spoil it.
I don't care.
So I knew it was in trouble because I took my wife. I asked her. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go see a movie?" She said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "Let's go see Birds of Prey." She said, "Why?"
What night was this?
Opening night, Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, saw it premiere.
You bought tickets that day and walked in?
Yeah, I walked in.
That's already bad news.
6 other people?
6?
You're
kidding.
No.
There were more people when I saw Doolittle than when you saw Birds of Prey.
There were more people in the theater? No, there were more words in the original title than there were in the theater. Birds of Prey, the emancipation
of one Harley Quinn.
No. So
the fantabulous.
Yes. Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
That's 10 words.
That's 10 words. There were 6 people, including us.
Yeah, but this is another bit of news. That's not the name of the movie anymore.
Because they got embarrassed because they knew there were only 6 people in my theater.
Right.
They had to shorten it.
If we lined up everyone who went and saw this movie opening night and had them say one word in the title, we couldn't even finish the title of the movie.
How embarrassing.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, so they had to shorten it. They've shortened it since.
Yeah, so they changed the title from Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, which I feel like most people who are going to see it in the theater are walking up to the ticket line, because you still do that and talk to a human being,
right,
and saying 2 tickets for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Everybody's calling it Harley Quinn anyway. Sure. So yeah. I liked the long title. I thought it was cool and fun and different, but they just changed it to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, which is it.
Yeah, because I think that they leaned in too hard to the only thing people liked about Suicide Squad were Will Smith and Margot Robbie. They liked Deadshot. They liked Harley Quinn. Well, let's just how many cosplayers pop up on your Explore feed that are Harley Quinn?
Right.
There's so many. Apparently, there's not that many because this movie flopped hard.
They did not show up. They did not show up.
So they changed it to this.
I'd be willing to bet, honestly, that a lot of those sorority girls that dressed up like Harley Quinn for Halloween never saw Suicide Squad.
They just liked the cute little costume.
They just looked up on Pinterest Halloween, Halloween costume 2019.
Yeah,
and in the first 5 that came up was 11. Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Some sort of slutty Mario Brothers.
That's a good call, yeah.
What else?
I mean, why even go to the bother of making your own slutty Mario Kart costume or Mario Brothers costume
when you could be a slutty Harley Quinn,
regular Harley Quinn?
Yeah,
from Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But so let's move on to
How about this? Let's give our audience a week to see Harley Quinn in theaters. Give me your review this week.
Yeah,
no spoilers. Next week with spoilers.
Deal. Fun. Dude, it was fun. I like. If you see the trailers, it's pretty much exactly what the trailer is.
Right. It's just fun, kind of madness.
It's stylish. Yeah. They lean in really hard to non-linear storytelling. It's basically it's Deadpool. It's the first Deadpool movie because she's telling a story. She's like, hold up, we got to go back for this. And then it rewinds. But man, that was fine. I mean, nothing new there. But what I will say is, everyone in this movie had the best time being in this movie. Everyone seemed like they were having just the best time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it starts off super fun intro. I enjoyed it a lot. No spoilers. It was just fun. Intro is fun, and it is off the bat. This is rated R. It's really violent.
Right.
Lots of language.
So it's girl Deadpool.
Yes, it's girl Deadpool. It's
female-led Deadpool,
yes.
Not Deadpool for girls.
Right. It's
I want to clarify that I'm saying it's female-led Deadpool.
Yes. No, absolutely
2020 is the time is now.
Get woke.
Get woke. Hollywood. Female-led Deadpool.
Yeah. The cast is awesome.
It's kind of a team-up movie.
Yeah, it is. There are some people in the cast that aren't that great of actors or actresses. Black Canary is very inconsistent, but she's so cool it doesn't really matter. Her character is really cool.
Right.
But Ewan McGregor,
Ewan McGregor's such a talent, dude. Come on.
he is such a talent. And hey, Sydney's home.
Oh, that's nice. That's going to distract you every time we have the window open.
Why is she home? She's supposed to be eating dinner somewhere.
Maybe they.
She heard us talking about Birds of Prey. She loved it.
She
loved it. She wants to come in and talk about it. That's what it is.
Oh. Cool.
Black
so
Canary.
Fun time.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you wish that it would have had a better opening gross than it did, just to potentially get another one, or do you think that it's for the best that it didn't get an opening good gross and it just kind of sits on its own and doesn't warrant a sequel?
I'm gonna say I hope for the best in its future. I hope that it gets like a late hit, like home run. You know. I hope that it makes more money.
It might end up being like a streaming giant that once it gets released on, whatever it is, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, everybody's talking about Birds of Prey.
I think it's mainly because the heart behind this movie, you can feel it. Not like this isn't going to make you cry or anything, but you can tell like Margot Robbie produced it and also stars in it. Like you can tell she's passionate about this role, and she does a lot to justify her character's like departure from what Suicide Squad was,
Right.
When she breaks up with, or when her and the Joker break up, like it's like
she spirals.
Yeah, she kind of spirals, but also kind of, I don't know. You can see her as a person, but also like she's the worst. Everyone in this movie is kind of the worst. It's definitely like, this is as much fun as I wish I had in Suicide Squad. And also, like, everyone in it is just having a good time. There are worse movies that have made $1 billion, and I don't think it should make $1 billion, but I'm saying this movie was fun enough that it warrants a sequel. And I need to tell you about the fight scenes and the action. They were incredible. Incredible. Like, the things that Margot Robbie was doing, like, and you could tell it was her, truly her. It was pretty incredible, and I was not expecting anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd say definitely go see it. It's definitely a fun time. Don't expect a game changer. Just
expect a fun time at the movies.
It's like a if you take all the DC movies that they've given us, it's like right there, like a little under Shazam, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I had a better time in Shazam, but I'll probably never watch Shazam more than maybe one more time.
You'd watch Birds of Prey more, you think?
I might, maybe, probably not.
If they're both sitting in front of you, which one are you putting in?
I'm going to say Birds of Prey because the action's better.
Okay.
It's a little bit more fun of a time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, go see it.
Cool. Everybody go see it, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Totally.
Let's talk about this while we're on the subject of superhero movies. Sam Raimi is in talks to take over as the director for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, reported by Variety. Scott Derrickson left due to creative differences. Yeah. And he says that he's worked with Sam Raimi, that he's one of the nicest people that Derrickson's ever known in the film business. And as a director, he's a true living legend, and he thinks he's a great choice to take over Doctor Strange. Sam Raimi, I'm not going to say this is a good or bad idea yet. I'm going to make the statement first of saying Sam Raimi, in my opinion, created the quintessential best superhero movie of all time in Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
And with that being said, I think that he's going to do an awesome job.
Yeah.
Even Kevin Feige even said at D23 that Multiverse of Madness was going to kind of take a step more in like a suspense horror type direction. Sam Raimi, is he really known for that?
Yeah, he did like Evil Dead, Dead 2.
That's right.
Yeah.
But is he like, has he done anything? I'm not super familiar with Sam Raimi's career,
sure.
and I should have done my research before now, and maybe you can clarify some things for me. But has he in recent years done big budget, lots of I guess after the Spider-Man series, has he done any other big budget, like lots of animation, lots of CG movies? Well, because this is going to be, in my opinion, hopefully Multiverse of Madness will be like a technological advance. And
yeah, I mean, you got to think about how far Doctor Strange pushed, like visuals and CGI and all that. Like that was probably the most fun I had in an IMAX theater. Not because it was the best movie, just because it was the most fun to see on the big screen, you know, because buildings were folding in on each other and all that stuff. The last movie, like the last horror movies that he's done have been like, there was Drag Me to Hell, which I didn't never see. I didn't never see that. But he also did like the Ash versus the Evil Dead shows. But as for blockbusters, I don't know if there are any. Are you looking it up?
Yeah. He hasn't really directed anything recently. He's done a lot of producing.
Right.
Ash versus the Evil Dead, all that kind of stuff.
What I will say about this is it's very exciting because, you know, Sam Raimi made all 3 of the original Spider-Man movies, 2 being our personal favorites.
Yeah.
And they were all fantastic, and the best parts about...
Right.
The best parts about... What was that?
Nothing. I was just going to say I would love a Spider-Man 2 poster in this frame at some point, but I also really like that what's there. That's besides the point. Continue what you're saying. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just thought about it and was like, that'd be an awesome poster. Continue.
You're right. What if I put it behind me?
That'd be cool too. I'm into that.
All right. Done and done. All right. So what I was saying is, okay, so he did the first 3 Spider-Man movies, and they were a ton of fun. They were really great.
First 2 were better than the third one.
First 2 was better than the third one.
The third one, as we know, and Sam Raimi has even gone on record saying that
Studio interference
wanted a toy commercial more so than a good story.
That's the kicker, because Disney's not exactly known for keeping their nose out of movies.
Right.
So as excited as I am for this, obviously they did enough to kind of warrant Sam Derrickson to exit the project. Scott Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson, which we've talked about on previous episodes. And we even talked about directors that we would love to see in the role in the director's chair. And Sam Raimi was not on my radar.
No, because he's kind of taken his back seat to directing.
Right.
Which means they're probably offering him a lot.
Yeah.
And he's probably, I mean, if anybody can give us a good one, it's Sam Raimi, because what he did with the Evil Dead and even the Spider-Man 2 scene where Doc Ock is in surgery and his limbs come to life, that's good. Like, that's kind of horror.
Let's sidebar real quick.
Sure.
Talking about Sam Raimi's directing and scary things.
Sure.
There's a scene in the first Spider-Man where Aunt May is praying, and the Green Goblin smashes through the wall, and she's and Aunt May is screaming, and like that scene messed me up.
Man.
When I was a kid, that was Spider-Man was my favorite movie, and has always been like my favorite Marvel superhero. When I was a kid, I had a Spider-Man themed room.
That's awesome.
Like literally Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, painted on the walls.
That's awesome.
Spider-Man, Rhino. I had Rhino painted on my wall, breaking through my wall, holding my TV.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My dad is a creative genius. So
yeah, exactly.
Literally. And it was like, and then suddenly in the back alley, like in a comic book rectangle, and then in the square, the Rhino's busting through the walls like he's busting into my room, and hung on the TV in like a crate, like he's stealing it, was my TV.
That's awesome.
Anyway, that's besides the point.
That's really cool.
Spider-Man was my favorite superhero, probably mainly due to this movie, because I was a kid when this movie came out.
Right.
I remember that scene in that movie, like, messed me up bad.
See, I was probably the same age as you were when you saw that movie when the second one came out. So my scene was that surgery room scene. Yeah, the eye.
The reflection of the eye where the tentacles come in. Yeah,
watching it back now is like, this is a brilliantly directed piece of like horror in the middle of a comic book movie.
Absolutely.
But the scene that always got me was the reflection of the guy's eye, and then, because also I don't like eyes, but then the scene where he grabs the nurse by the leg and he pulls her and she's like peeling
her nails like are picking up
the ground.
Yeah, that's not realistic at all.
No, but it was making that awful like squealing noise and everything, and I like, it got me. I was not okay.
Yep.
But this is just exciting.
Yeah.
But to me, the only downside is Spider-Man 3, he kind of lost his vision because of studio interference.
Right.
Not exactly lost his vision, he lost what he wanted to portray.
Right.
And Disney is known for kind of,
Yeah, but with Kevin Feige, if we have learned anything with Kevin Feige doing what he's doing, it's that he's done good for Marvel so far.
He definitely has.
And that's not going to change with this movie.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. Like I said in an episode prior to this one, when we talked about Scott Derrickson exiting the movie, I don't know if I would have rather seen now Sam Raimi or a young director like a Taika Waititi.
Yeah, like a kind of unknown.
Right. Yeah. Because those guys are like coming up and they're doing new things in film, right?
Like, definitely.
And pushing the envelope. And I hope that Sam Raimi can do the same, but I wanted to see, like a young person who's kind of cut their teeth and either has a Netflix movie that's been out that's garnered some success, or an indie film that's garnered some success.
Yeah, that's cool.
But Sam Raimi's cool for a different reason. And the question that everybody's talking about now, considering the title being the Multiverse of Madness, considering the fact that Into the Spider-Verse came out, and there's multiple Spider-Men and multiple Peter Parkers over different multiverses, and on the DC side in the TV Arrowverse, that they're doing the whole different Earths, right, with the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Do you want to see, and do you think that they're even considering bringing in Tobey Maguire and or Andrew Garfield to play a role in Multiverse of Madness, or even in future Spider-Man installations? Because I don't know how I feel about it. There's a huge part of my heart that would love to see all three of them on the screen together. Because the thing that sucks about Hollywood is that all of these actors didn't know that they weren't Spider-Man until they weren't anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure there's two of them. I'm pretty sure both of them would gladly come back for something, especially if the paycheck's right, especially if hopefully to them, if the story's right, and if, like, I know Andrew Garfield wanted to keep being Spider-Man. He wanted to be Spider-Man in the MCU movies.
I would say yes. I do want to see that. But also, I don't know if I would want to see it in a Doctor Strange movie. Would it be better if, like, in Spider-Verse 2, like, animated, Miles Morales, right? Would it be better suited if they came back there and then they could, do more maybe?
Animated?
Animated.
But it looks like them.
Yeah, but it's them and it's their voice and everything. Would you rather see that, or would you rather see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back in a Doctor Strange movie live action, where they maybe have 10 minutes? Because if they bring them back, it's not for the whole movie. It's for like a 10-minute sequence. Say bye, Sydney.
I don't know. She came and she left. I don't know. I'm torn.
Animated. I think animated would be better because you could maybe utilize them more. If you did it in a live action way, it would have to be a Spider-Man movie, not a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So if we're going in a more horror direction, I don't want you to introduce like bring back something from the past when you're going in a different direction.
Yeah. I don't know.
As fun as it would be, I think I would rather see it in a more fun situation, like a Spider-Verse 2 or nothing else, I guess. Just a Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah.
That's me personally, because
if it's Into the Spider-Verse 2 though, then does that pull Tom Holland out of the mix?
Tom Holland could do it because it's Sony.
Yeah, but it's not Disney.
He could do Sony films.
Yeah, but Into the Spider-Verse is like not a Disney movie. Right. It's a Sony movie.
They would have to just work it all out. I mean, I don't know. That's another thing.
Because then, even if you bring Tom Hiddleston into the mix for Into the if you bring Tom Holland into the mix for Into the Spider-Verse 2, and he's got an animated face or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you can't ignore it in the MCU movies that he's been to another
animated
multiverse dimension where, you know what I'm saying? So they couldn't bring Tom Holland in without it becoming part of the MCU's canon.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this weird, weird tipping scale.
Shameik Moore, the guy who voices Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies, he wants to play Miles Morales live action.
Right.
And he looks like him, and he's a little bit older than his character, but he looks like him, and he's fit and everything like that. And
right.
So, I mean, it could work in live action, so then you could bridge that gap. But then also, I don't want to see a Miles Morales live action movie whenever the Spider-Verse movie looked and was so much fun, looked great and was so much fun.
I'd rather see another one, another Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, maybe like if the Spider-Verse, like Spider-Man 3 and the new one with Tom Holland, if they go into the Spider-Verse there, and then you can like bridge the gap, and then like Tom Holland could go make a cameo in the other Spider-Verse movie, the animated one, and Miles Morales live action, because I do want to see that. But I'm saying the first one was so much fun, I want to see another animated one.
Yeah, I would stake money that unfortunately he won't play Miles Morales in a live action, because they're going to save the storyline of Miles Morales until Tom Holland is too old.
Yeah.
Give Tom Holland another 10 years in the role.
He'll eventually want to hang it up. Yeah.
He'll eventually want to hang it up, just like Robert Downey Jr. did. He'll be younger, but he'll have been part of it for at that point 15 years.
Yeah.
And then they're going to introduce a young up and coming actor who was a teenager, who will be a teenager in 10 years, probably 8 years old right now. But that's what I think is going to happen, is they're going to save that. But see, Disney doesn't have the rights to Miles Morales, do they? Sony does.
Yeah, they would.
But they're going to buy out Sony within the next 10 years anyway, so.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a big mix. I don't know what I want.
I don't know either. And it's really up to Marvel, because whatever they do, whether they put I don't really think Spider-Man would fit, especially a Spider-Man from another multiverse would fit into the horror direction that they want to go in. And if it would be any of them, it would be Tobey Maguire.
I would love to see Tobey Maguire as like an older...
Yeah.
But see, the other thing is, do you want to see him as still Spider-Man?
Or like a broken Spider-Man.
Because we've already seen the broken Spider-Man.
In Spider-Verse.
Right.
Yeah, there's just so many things. So is he just
older, happy with Mary Jane? You bring back Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
And, bring back James Franco. Just give us Spider-Man 4.
Give us Spider-Man 4. That's what we all want. That's what everybody wants.
That's what we all want. Tobey Maguire's gonna hit the gym and come on back. I would love to see Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man.
Me too. I would like to see Tobey Maguire back, period.
Hey, I would love to see Andrew Garfield again as Spider-Man. I liked him as Spider-Man. He was more of the like Ultimate Spider-Man comic book series, which has a cooler Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that Peter Parker react with Tom Holland.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It would be fun. All of these are just big what ifs. And
yeah, it's all big what if. Let's not talk about it anymore, because like you said, it is just a big...
What if?
Whatever. Deadline reports Friends reunion special on HBO Max nears deal. Cast expected to return. Each of the 6 stars will be paid in the $3 million to $4 million range for appearing in the special. Sign me up.
Sign me up for HBO Max, baby.
I can be Chandler.
You could be Chandler.
I could be Chandler and hey, you know what? I'll cut you a deal. $1 million. I'll take $1 million.
Hey, I'll take $1 million if I get to be Ross and Rachel's son.
Oh, all grown up. You mean the Cole Sprouse? You mean Zach and Cody? That son? Older?
I'll bleach my hair.
That son older? Care. Ben?
Yeah.
His name is Ben. I hate that I know his name is Ben.
Yeah, I'll be Ben. I'll bleach my hair.
I've watched the show through. That's why I know his name. And that's also why I know that the show's complete dumpster fire.
Well, the thing is,
they're getting paid $4 million to do an HBO Max special. Yeah. That means that I'm not getting an HBO Max subscription to watch this. But I will want to see it because I want to talk about it.
The thing is, like, however you feel about Friends is fine. Whether you love it, whether you dislike it like me, whether you absolutely despise it like David, it doesn't really matter what you think about it. What matters is like Friends is, I guess, Friends works in a way because it's a bunch of like people who are down on their luck and they're kind of like making their way through their like 20s, right? But now everybody's grown and gone apart and everything. So how are you going to make that work, you know? And how do you do it without compromising the heart of the show?
Sitcom style, like in front of a live studio audience?
I'm sure it would be.
And is it going to just be like a 22-minute episode, you think? Or is it going to be an hour long?
If they're doing a special and if they're doing $3 to $4 million, I would say it's a mini series or it's a movie. I'm saying
a lot in front of a studio, a movie?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Because the format in like a single camera movie isn't going to translate. Because it's just not.
Yeah.
If you watch the show without a laugh track, it doesn't translate.
That's the thing. Like, they would have to do it because there's no way to do it in another direction. Like, if they make it a movie, then it's not a Friends, reunion. If it's a reunion special, it's going to be like Roseanne, right? Roseanne came back and it's that same style.
Yeah.
Now just without Roseanne.
Right.
But if they're doing a Friends reunion, it's going to be a reunion. We're all going back to the Central Perk. We're all going to laugh at Gunther.
Didn't they sell the apartments?
Yeah, because I think Ross or Joey, what's the other one? Chandler and Monica moved to the suburbs. Joey went to New York.
Joey went to L.A.
Yeah. Oh, they were in New York.
To start his career.
Yeah, had a spin-off show.
That no one talks about called Joey.
I don't know what happened.
Ross and Rachel end up together?
Yes, he goes in the... we hate on it a lot, but we all know what happens.
I don't remember where they went.
She's going somewhere. She's at the airport, and he runs in and stops her and says...
That? I thought that happened way earlier in the show.
I think it does, but it happened again in the finale. So that's where they end up. Phoebe probably does the exact same thing for the rest of her life.
Massages people.
Hey, let's be honest. I like Phoebe. Phoebe's fun.
Phoebe... No, just as bad as the rest of them. Phoebe's just fun.
Phoebe winds up with Paul Rudd.
She's funny.
Phoebe winds up with Paul Rudd.
That's cool. I remember he was on the show. Yeah. I remember that.
And then, is that all the Friends?
That's all the Friends, yeah.
So that's where so somehow we're going to wind up back at the Central Perk for sure. Maybe it's closed down.
Maybe maybe Ben's going to college in New York and they're putting him up in their old apartment.
Yeah.
Right? So like they get the apartment back, so they go back in, but like now Ben's moving in and like they're all helping him move in or something because he's going to NYU now. Okay. And he
gets a job at the Central Perk.
Yeah, some hilarity ensues, or he's in the apartment across the hall where like the guys lived, like that ratty little apartment, and then there's like some new friends, and it's like younger friends, and you bring back Dylan Sprouse.
That sounds awful. Younger friends.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Let's do it all again, baby.
You know what I'm saying though? It's like younger friends, but then like something happens, and like Chandler or Ross and Rachel have to move in with their son, but he's like in school, and then like Chandler and Monica have to move back in across the way because they want to be closer to their life. They want to be closer to their child that's going to NYU or something. And then Joey comes back because he just missed those New York sandwiches,
meatball subs,
those New York meatball subs, and Phoebe never went anywhere.
Phoebe's still there.
She's still there. Phoebe still shows up to their apartment and walks in and talks to herself like they're still there.
It's like foreclosed and there's
she
boards
still
in the
walks
windows.
in. It's like talking about like
the only thing still there
finding your lobster.
The only thing still there is like the weird white dog thing.
Yeah, the weird white dog thing and the frame around.
She's like drawing a face on it and she's talking to it.
Oh, cringy.
Sam Raimi directs it.
Also, side note. Lobsters don't mate for life. Remember, there's that whole thing where Phoebe's like, "You found your lobster. Lobsters mate for life." They don't. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a bold-faced liar.
They don't mate for life?
Lobsters do not mate for life.
How do you know this?
No, I know this
because
I know this because I'm a smart man.
Because there's a movie called The Lobster that I really enjoy, and he wants to be a lobster if he can't find love.
Google it.
We're
Google,
gonna have
do
to.
lobsters mate for life? They don't.
Question mark.
As it turns out, lobsters don't mate for life.
I told you.
Lobsters do have a monogamous bond, but it only lasts for 2 weeks?
Yeah, Phoebe sucks.
What?
She lied. She lied.
Dude, The
You know,
Lobster is one of my favorite movies, and it just poked a hole in it. And Phoebe's a cold liar.
A cold liar. Let's move on to talking about something else. I hate that we've given Friends so much time on our show.
Friends is fine. Friends is not great. It's overrated, but you despise it.
I don't despise it. I think the whole thing's gotten away from me, but I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's good either.
It's not as good as all. It's not as good as all these.
You came
all
up.
these-
You came up hot.
It's not as good as all these 22-year-old girls are saying that it is.
You're right.
It's not.
That I will. As a 22-year-old man,
I'm not that. I'm
Yeah.
a little bit older. Anyway,
moving on.
this is kind of cool.
Sure.
Bruno Mars is set to produce, write, and perform the music, and probably do the voice of a character in an animated Disney movie. We don't know the plot yet, but it'll be mostly original music that Bruno Mars has created and is performing himself.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
I like Bruno Mars.
As all the I will say all the 22-year-old girls are right on this one. Bruno Mars is good.
Are they into Bruno Mars? Young girls into Bruno Mars?
I guess they'd be in their 30s now, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like between like 25 and 35-year-olds at this point.
Bruno Mars is good.
Bruno Mars was like big in like 10 years ago. Like 2010 was kind of
Uptown
around
Funk
that time.
come on? Because that's when he did the Super Bowl and all that. I think that's peak Bruno.
To 2015 probably, 2014, something like that.
Yeah, I've missed Bruno. Where's he been? Where has Bruno been?
He's been working on this Disney movie. He's still putting out the jams. He's still killing the game. Yeah, and I'm sure he's producing a lot, and he's writing a lot, and he's touring a lot.
I'm sure.
He's about to headline a festival with Janet Jackson.
Wow.
I don't know what else he's doing. He's just doing his thing. Like, he hasn't gone anywhere. He's just kind of doing his thing. But I will say this, Bruno Mars, in my opinion, is one of the best modern writers of our time.
I agree.
Like, of our generation.
Bruno's cool. Bruno's cool.
I understand how people are like, he steals, he sounds like James Brown, or he steals stuff from Michael Jackson, or, that's just the way music is. Like, nothing is new under the sun.
Right.
Everybody sounds a little bit or is inspired a little bit by somebody, but he's bringing those funky bass lines and like that old like 70s R&B
totally
back into the mainstream, and he's doing a great job at it, and he's doing original things with it, and adding new elements to it. I like Bruno Mars, and I think this movie will be fun.
I think it will be too. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
More Disney, sure. Why not? Everything's Disney.
Yeah, Disney's cool. Here's something cool too that we should talk about a little bit, and let's do a little bit of a review on.
Yeah.
Honey Boy, it was an Amazon film.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on Amazon Prime. It was kind of going through the festival circuit.
Yeah, it had a limited release.
Theatrically, and now it's on Amazon Prime
for everybody.
Everybody to see. And so we watched it.
Yeah.
Now that it's been on Amazon Prime for a week now, maybe a little over a week.
Yeah.
We watched it, and we're going to review it.
It's good
right now. It's a good movie.
It's really good.
It's real sad.
Got a lot of heart.
But it's real good. It's got a lot of heart.
There's your heart, David. How many heart inches did we go? How many would we say?
How many was Little Women? Just so I can get a gauge.
Did we say 6?
Was it 6? Little Women?
I think Little Women got
close.
6 heart inches.
Sure. In that case, Honey Boy. Oh man, Honey Boy's 7.
7?
Yeah.
Made me sad.
It's sad.
Made me sad.
It's sad, but
made me want to give Shia LaBeouf a big old hug.
But that's the thing about the heart meter, is that sometimes it's not not overjoyed, feel good heart. Yeah. Sometimes it made me feel something.
There was never a moment in the movie, and I don't know if this is spoiler. Well, let's save this. Let's save that. I'm going to take that little thought and put it in the back of my head for a second.
Are we doing a spoiler review?
I don't know.
Should we give
I
people
think
a
we
little
should-
more time?
we should give
now
people a
that,
little more
now
time.
that everyone knows it's free on Amazon.
It's definitely
It's
worth
not
the watch.
free on Amazon. You have to have a Prime membership.
Yeah, but it comes free if you have like Amazon Prime.
Right.
That's
I know, but I'm not. It's not technically free. Anyway, so we're not going to do a spoiler.
just log
Maybe
into
next
your
week.
parents' Amazon account and follow the links.
Yeah, and it was sad. It didn't have a happy ending.
It had an upbeat ending that made you think it was happy, but it really just wasn't.
But it's not, because it's kind of this
Yeah.
vicious circle in
Yeah.
a way.
yeah, made me really respect Shia and the growth that
It
he's
made
gone
me
through.
respect Shia LaBeouf,
Yeah.
and it was a very bold thing that he did with this movie.
Yeah.
To lay out, like his life.
Yeah.
And it's been tough
Yeah,
on him,
could you
for
imagine?
sure.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine going through what he went through and then writing it down
He's-
and then
Yeah, and I mean, even when you think about when you watch the movie, he was going through, I mean, as a kid doing Even Stevens,
Yeah,
right? He
couldn't imagine.
was living a very terrible lifestyle.
horrible. Yeah,
Like
couldn't imagine. Never once would you see that.
never once would you see that or think that watching Even Stevens, but he was like living a very difficult life.
He was. Yeah.
And it was really good. I thought that Shia LaBeouf was brave for writing this movie, and even more so for playing his father, who is kind of the antagonist.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's weird because his dad's the protagonist and the antagonist in
Yeah.
this at the same time.
Yeah.
Shia, his name is Otis in the movie, because he changes his name, all the
Yeah.
names
Yeah.
and stuff, and like they don't call the show Even Stevens. His
Right.
name's not Lewis, but
Yeah.
you can tell,
It's Even Stevens. Yeah.
you can tell what they're going for.
There are even certain scenes. I mean, I've just rewatched Even Stevens. There's certain scenes that he puts into Honey Boy that
That are like similar.
that are like supposed to like be that particular episode.
Right.
So you kind of get a gauge on how early like this didn't start happening after, this is
Right.
how he grew up.
Right.
And this is what he was going through while he was rising to fame.
And while he was like honestly taking home a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. And it's getting wasted. Anyway, Otis is Shia LaBeouf's kind of
Yeah.
alter ego in the movie. And it's really interesting because his dad, who's kind of his chaperone, not a manager, but he's kind of his chaperone that is supposed to take him and take him to set and all that stuff, take him home, stuff like that. Anyway, it's interesting because the kid Otis wants his dad to be around. He admires his dad and loves his dad, and he wants love from his dad. But at the same time, his dad has all these demons.
Yeah.
And his dad wanted to be a star like his son is.
It's
and
not
so there's
just
this weird tension. Oh, go ahead.
It's not just a character piece on Shia. He wrote one on his dad as well, which is kind of a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and there's like this tension between like this dad who wanted to be the star in the center of attention, right? Like he wanted the fame and he wanted all of that, and he just made mistakes along the way.
Right.
Has this kid who has a lot of talent, and he's pushing his kid because he wants his kid to be successful, but it's really because he has this inner emptiness that he was never successful. So he projects onto his son a lot of perfection, like perfectionist mentality, and he projects onto his son a lot of bad habits that he has. And
it's a beautiful
it's
thing.
a beautiful movie, and it's heart wrenching, and it's got a lot of heart, and it's beautifully directed and obviously beautifully written. Lucas Hedges, who plays 22-year-old Otis, dude. Some of the scenes he sounded and moved and acted exactly like Shia LaBeouf.
Just like him. His voice is...
the way he talked, and his voice was like...
He looks nothing like Shia at all.
Yeah, not really.
No. But,
they gave him the shaved head and dyed his hair brown.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the way he moves and his mannerisms and his voice resembles him a lot, but also it's not him doing a Shia LaBeouf impression.
Right.
And it's... He did a great job.
Which, I mean... At the root of it, he is doing a Shia LaBeouf impression, but he's doing it so believably that it's so natural.
Yeah.
And because the role that he's playing is so like bare and honest, like where Shia LaBeouf was in his life at that time.
Yeah.
It's so honest that the way he's portraying it doesn't feel like a parody.
Exactly.
It feels like a completely original human being just acting.
Yeah.
But he's acting as well as acting like Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you have Amazon Prime.
What did you give it on IMDb? Did you score it on IMDb?
I didn't. I'm just going to say it's good Hollywood.
It's good Hollywood. You don't want to give it a number?
Oh, I'm scared to. I hate giving things numbers because then I'll give another thing that's, if you put them side by side, like if you give Honey Boy 7.5, 8 stars, right? But then you give but then you give like Iron Man like 8 stars, right?
Yeah.
You put those movies together and like they're not the same. They're not on the same level. This is a dramatic. This is a dramatic character piece, and this one is just kind of like an
action movie.
An action movie, you know. I don't like giving things numbers per se. I'm just gonna say it's good Hollywood.
You got commitment issues.
I do because I've got PTSD from our little.
I loved Honey Boy. I loved it a lot.
What would you give it?
I give it a solid 7.
Yeah.
That you can't do half scores on IMDb.
Yeah.
If you could, it would be dangerous. I give it a 7.5 personally.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's a good movie.
It's a great one. Well, let's talk about Stranger Things season 4 real fast. It's starting to film next month.
Right.
And then it's supposed to have 9 episodes, and at least one of the episodes is going to be an origin for a fan favorite character. Not specified. They didn't specify who that would be.
What's your best guess if you had to guess?
The only one that doesn't have, like, we haven't seen their family and everything is Steve.
Yeah.
Steve or Hopper. I mean,
but we've kind of seen Hopper's origin in season 1.
We've definitely seen Hopper's origin. So it's Steve. That's the only fan favorite left. Because we got Billy's whole backstory. And Billy's backstory is also Max's backstory. No, I guess they're stepbrother and sister, but
I thought that it would be Max's backstory.
You think?
The way they were setting it up, man, I thought Max or Billy were going to have powers like Eleven did.
Yeah.
And I was kind of disappointed that she didn't. I thought Max was. And there were a few things that kind of turned everyone's eye that way, you know, because, you know, wherever, you know, Max and Billy came from, right, they kind of got driven out of town. They had to move to a new place because of something she did that she says wasn't her fault, was his fault. And there's kind of that whole tension is there the whole time, and you never find out what she did.
Yeah, but man, if she winds up having powers.
And two, there's the other part of it that this isn't anything with the show, but they released a game before season 2 came out.
Yeah, they released that little mobile game.
A mobile game. Yeah. And it was like you played through all of season 1.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, you played through all of season 2.
Oh, wow.
Like you played through kind of the storyline.
Sure.
Kind of, in a way. It was kind of independent from the show, but it kind of had a lot of things like the pumpkins rotting, and they make mention of Bob and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the game, when you beat the game, Stranger Things 2, the game, you unlock Max's character, and you can ride around on a skateboard. Excuse me, you unlock Max's character a little bit before the end of the game. You use her in like the last level to skateboard around. At the end of the game, when you beat the whole game, you unlock a special ability where Max can like shoot like these plasma like energy balls, like she can shoot them.
What?
So I played that game and I beat it the day of our Stranger Things watch party.
Really?
And I beat it like in your house, sitting on the couch. And I beat it and I saw that and I thought I had spoiled something
big.
that I really would have liked to have not spoiled. Which was her having powers.
Right.
So I'm watching the whole second season thinking that Max is going to have like shoot these balls out of her, like these blue energy
orbs or
plasma, not plasma, but you know, like these energy balls. So I'm thinking the whole time, and especially the way they introed season 2 with
my computer just shocked me.
Is your hand still shaking like it was?
Kinda. Bro, my computer straight up just shocked me.
That's
Did
horrifying.
you see me put my arm up real fast?
Yeah. Okay.
What in the world?
Weird.
You talk about plasma balls and powers, and my computer's like shocking me. You're a great storyteller, David.
Anyway, so the way they started season 2, they introduced people with new powers with Eleven's sister, kind of number 8 or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Which they did not bring her back.
No, they didn't.
They introduced her, so I was like, oh, Max is going to be one of the other numbers.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. And then season 3, she was just a girl. And she kind of took a back seat, which was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I thought in season 3 they were going to give her more of an arc. But we haven't seen her. And we haven't seen her past.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Steve's past.
I think at this point, it's too late to give Max powers.
I agree.
She's been through 2 life-threatening situations where her friends are almost dying, and there's no fight or flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Right.
There's no instincts that kick in. It's just her being a normal. So they missed the ball on that one if they wanted to do it ever.
Yep.
So I think it would be Steve because we know nothing about Steve.
Or Dr. Alexi. Is that his name? Alexi?
Oh yeah.
Is that that's his name?
No,
right?
it's Alexi. Yeah, the guy with the beard. No, Alexi's the
guy with the glasses.
He's dead though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would like to see where he came from, or maybe old dude conspiracy theory.
The conspiracy theory guy.
What's his name?
I don't know. The beard guy. Alexi's best friend.
I'm looking.
God!
Do you get shocked again? Murray.
Yes!
His name is Murray, by the way. Just
all right.
Stop putting your arm on your laptop.
I should be able to put my arm on my... It's supposed to go in my lap!
I understand, but we're making internet entertainment.
It's... My laptop should be...
If Ellen DeGeneres got shocked by something, she would probably react.
She would react.
Yeah.
And everybody would love her for it. Her producers wouldn't yell at her.
I'm not your producer.
What the? I've never been shocked by a laptop before.
I haven't either, and I don't. Maybe you just need a new laptop.
Oh, I'm done with it right now. That's it. I use my phone from now on my iPad.
Anyway, I don't know who it's going to be, but that's exciting. It's exciting to know that Stranger Things season 4 is starting filming.
It is cool. Yeah,
that's exciting to know because I'm looking forward to it. I love Stranger Things.
Totally. Yeah.
Last thing we're going to talk about real quick.
Last thing.
Parasite.
Movie of the year.
Won the Oscar.
Bro, okay, before we get into this news, Bong Joon-ho.
Yes.
The director. Dude, how adorable is that man?
He's adorable.
Whenever he won Best Screenplay.
He's too pure for this world.
He's too pure. Get him out of Hollywood. They don't deserve him.
They don't deserve him.
Put him in a little room where everybody just gets to go.
How many Oscars did they win? 6? 5? How many?
At least 5. I think 4 or 5.
He won Best Director.
Won Best Director, Best Screenplay,
Best Film.
Best Film. Man, I don't even remember. Was it just 3?
I feel like
I'm
it
gonna
was
go on
more.
my phone and see.
I feel like it was more. Anyway, while you're looking on your phone,
what a cute guy.
This movie came out this year. It's called Parasite. It's a South Korean film, correct?
Yes. It's definitely not North Korean.
It's a South Korean film, and it won a lot of Oscars this year. It was the movie. It was the film of the year. Everybody's talking about it, and not a lot of people had seen it. With that being said,
4 Oscars.
4. Okay.
Directing, screenplay, best international feature film, best motion picture.
Parasite, the movie, is going to get an HBO miniseries. I'm assuming that's a similar plot.
I'm assuming it's to appeal to Americans, to your average Joe Americans like me.
That's not going to go watch Parasite,
and they don't want to read it.
Right?
Why would they read it? I'm not. I've decided. Like I saw it in Best Buy, and I decided right then and there, like I want to watch more foreign films because there's no point. I want to be not just a Marvel guy, not just a sci-fi guy,
right? A movie guy.
Let me be a movie lover. Let me get a little bit like well-rounded.
Yeah.
Let me be well-rounded.
Yeah.
So I bought a couple foreign films. I bought Parasite. I bought Children of God, I think is what it's called. And I bought Pain and Glory, the Antonio Banderas one. And I'm just going to read my little heart out, and I'm going to love it.
Good.
Parasite's great, but it's like, I would never show my mom Parasite because she probably wouldn't read it, you know?
Right.
Even though I think she would love the movie, it's great. But like with this HBO series.
So what HBO's doing is adapting the movie into an American miniseries, and they're eyeing Mark Ruffalo as the leading role. The director, Bong Joon-ho, is teaming up with Adam McKay. It's expected to be 5 or 6 episodes. I mean, they've been working on this right before?
Yes.
Like this has been something they've been talking about.
It's in early development, so to say any names are officially attached, like Mark.
Besides Ruffalo. Adam McKay and Bong Joon-ho.
Besides them, it's too early to officially say like Mark Ruffalo's in this. It's just cool to say because it has been reported. They said premature. They never said anything about it being wrong. But what is cool is Bong Joon-ho is still attached. So his vision is going to go through. But is also kind of fun is Adam McKay is attached, who's a comedy guy. Parasite's funny, man. Like I laughed pretty good in it.
Yeah,
like,
and I think that that's why he's attached is to create moments that appeal to American audiences that are funny.
I'm very interested to see how this goes because that family, what Parasite is about, I guess, because I'm sure not a lot of our listeners even know what it's about. Parasite is about a family of 4 very poor Korean people, right? They live in in an alleyway at the very bottom, and like they look out their window, and like from here up is the street, so they kind of live underground,
right?
Itty bitty, like their toilet is in the same room as their living room, and where they all sleep, and like very poor. The son gets a job tutoring a very rich family's daughter, right? And so then slowly but surely he gets his family all jobs working there through manipulation or lying or however they do it. I'm not going to spoil anything because I definitely think you should watch it and the audience should as well. But that's how they get into it. But I mean, I'm interested to see how it translates over to the American way of life. Yeah. Right? Because there's a lot about this that's like that Asian culture, right? Because there's not poverty like there is over in South Korea. There's not the respect that people have for one another in the Korean culture is not like what they have here. So there's a lot of things that play into the storyline.
Yeah, there's a lot that could be lost. That is lost in translation.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how they do it. Do I want to see it? Yeah, I think it's very cool that they're going to do this. But a lot of time foreign films don't translate very well to
my fear is like
America.
Yeah. I feel like HBO's making some weird calls right now in general.
They're filling that Game of Thrones void.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Like
they did Watchmen, the canceled Watchmen, right? They're doing a Friends reunion. Yeah. You know, like they're kind of in a weird flux. So I don't know. I don't think that this is going to be a replacement for anything like Game of Thrones. I don't think it necessarily has that longevity.
Yeah, and it's a mini series as well. I think they're trying to get big titles like Parasite and Friends, and I'm sure they're going to release. They're going to want, because I'm subscribed to HBO now. So what's going to stop me from subscribing to this with all your HBO stuff and get me to the new one, right? Right. They're going to want the Friends pull is huge. Yeah. But as soon as that's over, people are going to cancel. Right. The Parasite one, the everyday Joe who doesn't want to watch a foreign film is like, oh, sweet, I want to watch that. And it's got Mark Ruffalo in it. He's the Hulk. Yeah. So I'm excited to see it. Cool. Don't have high hopes. Don't really have many hopes for it at all, but cool. Yeah.
Fair enough. I think that's an episode.
That is an episode.
That's an episode if I ever saw one.
Wow. Look at it go.
We got to go, y'all.
There's storms coming.
Storms are coming.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't think it's raining anymore.
Maybe. It's raining.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you guys. Wait. We should outro.
I'm just doing Foley work. Yeah. While you're while you talk, I'm going to do the background. Hold on. I'm going to turn this up really loud so it's kind of like an ASMR now. Love it. Is that gross? I think a lot of people are going to be grossed out by this.
Hurry up before they all leave. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Podzilla, episode 18. We appreciate you. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, follow us on Spotify, leave us a review on Apple. If you want to email us, you can email us questions, topics, concerns. Just say hi. You can email us.
Just say hi.
You can email us at thepodzillashow@gmail.com.
thepodzillashow@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Instagram at pod.zilla.
Pod.zilla.
You can follow us personally. I'm at Tonus Braden.
At Tonus Braden.
David's over at the David Smith Jr.
That's mine.
And until next time, what are we going to do? Is that everything?
Until next time, we're going to let the rain take you away. Happy Friday. Okay, I'm done.
I got to pee now.